Hello everyone, join me on a journey into the heart of African folklore. This is a tale from the Ashanti people of Ghana, passed down through generations to share wisdom and culture. Long ago, stories were hidden away, kept by a powerful being in the sky, but one clever trickster, Anansi the spider, dared to bring them down to earth for all to share. In ancient times, before the world had stories, the people lived in silence. There were no tales of adventure, no lessons from charlatans, no laughter from clever riddles. Can you imagine? The only one who possessed stories was Inyame, the mighty sky god, who kept them locked away in a golden box high above the clouds. Down on earth, however, there was one creature who loved stories more than anything. Anansi the clever spider. He dreamed of sharing them with the people. So one day, determined and full of mischief, Anansi spun a strong web and climbed up, up into the sky to visit Nyami. Anansi bowed low and spoke boldly. "Oh, great Nyami, keeper of all stories, I wish to buy your stories and bring them to the people." Nyame throws his head back and laughs, the sound shaking the heavens. Anansi, you? You are small and weak. What could you possibly offer me? Anansi said, "I will do whatever it takes. Name your price and I shall pay it." Nyame stroked his long silver beard and thought, "If you truly want my stories, you must complete 3 impossible tasks. Bring me Moboro, the hornet, Onini, the great python, and Osebo, the mighty leopard. Only then will I give you my stories." Nyame's laughter echoes as Anansi set off on his daring quest. Anansi walks through the forest until he hears a low buzzing. He looks up to see a great nest of hornets swarming in the branches of a tall tree. Anansi stopped beneath the tree, his mind already spinning like the web he wove. Then he smiled. He fetched a large gourd, filled it with water, and poured some over himself. Drenched and dripping, he ran toward the hornets, flailing his legs in panic. "Oh no, the rains are coming, the rains are coming. If you don't hurry, you will be washed away." The hornets, hearing this, buzzed in panic. "Oh no, what shall we do?" Anansi says, "Quick, fly into this dry gourd and you will be safe." One by one, the hornets rushed inside, and just as the last one entered, snap! Anansi sealed the gourd shut. He had tricked them. With Moboro captured, he scurried off to find Onini the python. The sun beats down the jungle floor as Anansi approaches a great coiled python, its golden eyes glinting in the light. Anansi found Onini the python basking in the sun, his long body stretched across the ground. He rubbed his chin and sighed dramatically. "Oh, Onini, I need your help. My wife says you are not as long as this palm branch, but I told her you are the longest creature in the land." Onini sees and was curious. "Of course I am the longest." Anansi says, "Then let us measure. Stretch yourself beside this branch so we can see." Proud and eager to prove himself, Onini stretched out his long body beside the branch, and the moment he did, whip! Anansi grabbed some vines and tied him tightly to the branch. Now he had completed his second task. The night is dark and the forest is alive with sounds. Anansi digs a deep hole and covers it with leaves, then waits. The final task was Osebo, the mighty leopard. Anansi knew he could not defeat Osebo in the fight, so he set a clever trap. That night, as Osebo prowled through the forest, his heavy paws thudded against the ground. Suddenly, crash! He fell deep into Anansi's trap. Osebo cries, Anansi, help me out. Anansi says, of course, mighty Osebo, I will spin my strongest web to pull you up. Anansi spun his silken web, but instead of pulling Osebo out, he wrapped him tighter and tighter until the leopard could not move. Now, all 3 tasks were complete. Anansi proudly carries his prizes to Iyame. Anansi stands before Iyame, presenting his captured creatures. Iyame was shocked and very impressed. Anansi, you have done the impossible. You, a small spider, have outwitted creatures far greater than you. As promised, my stories now belong to you. Iyame opened his golden box and released the stories. They fluttered down like glowing fireflies, landing in the hearts of the people. From that day on, stories belonged to everyone. By firelight, elders passed them to children. Through laughter and whispers, they lived on for generations. And so, let us give thanks to Anansi the clever spider. The world would never be without stories again. This tale teaches us that intelligence and creativity can overcome even the strongest foes. Anansi, though small, achieved the impossible using his wit and cunning. It also reminds us of the importance of storytelling. Stories connect us. It teaches us lessons and preserves our culture. So, the next time you hear a story, remember the little spider who made it all possible. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow for more amazing African folklore. Thank you.